Hi there, it's Danny here again from littlegemsrockshop.co.uk and Little Gems TV. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how to cleanse and recharge your crystals, because we've had quite a few questions on this subject. Firstly, I was going to concentrate on cleansing a crystal. Now there's many different ways to cleanse a crystal. The reason we do this is I and many others believe that crystals take on the energy of their surrounds. This energy is absorbed just as we and many other inanimate objects absorb energy from our surrounds. The first way I'd recommend that you could cleanse a crystal is the simplest, which is under running water. However, there's several other methods around. I would tend to cleanse it under running water for 2 or 3 minutes. You can use a pendulum to double check if this is long enough. Another method that people use is in rice, or lay it on the bed of rice. I've got this lovely green tourmaline here, which I'm just going to bury and cleanse it that way. An alternative to using rice is to actually use the earth. Some people will bury the crystal in direct, but if you're going to do that, it's better to actually keep the crystal physically clean by, for instance, putting it in a paper bag and burying it in earth. A commonly suggested method of cleansing crystals is salt, which is something I prefer not to use. Salt can actually damage some crystals like anhydrite, such as satin spar and angelite. If you put it in salt water, it can also, the salt as it crystallizes, a bit like freeze-thaw action of water and ice, can actually start to force small fissures apart and actually start to make crystals crumble. One other method of cleansing is smoke. Here I've got a smudge stick. Once lit, you can see it smoulders. And then what I'd actually do is this piece of muggle stone. Make sure it's well alight. It's difficult in the sunshine to see. And the smudge sticks are most convenient for the home, but you could, if you were outside, use dry grass or leaves and let it cleanse that way. An alternative to smoke is also sound. Some people will use a set of chimes, a crystal singing bowl, etc., to actually make a sound. All of these rituals, it's best to say, also help cleanse the crystal's vibrational quality. So we've talked about how to cleanse our crystals. The next thing after we've done that is to recharge them. To recharge a crystal is quite simple. The best method generally is to leave it in the sunshine. I would suggest you leave it in the morning sunshine. To leave it in the peak day sunshine, if left out regularly, can fade some crystals. Amethyst, for instance, will fade. Some other crystals, such as rose quartz and quartz, certainly won't fade. The other methods you can use is to cleanse it in a more kind of subtle energy, to recharge it in a more subtle energy. For instance, under moonlight will have a slightly different, softer effect than direct sunlight. Also, the energy of summer thunderstorm, for instance, will be much more vibrant and energetic than some of the other energies. One final method of cleansing crystals are actually to use the crystals themselves. There's only a few crystals which will cleanse, and 2 in particular are amethyst, which we've got here as the amethyst cave, and satin spar. So what I'm going to do here is to take one of these crystals I've got here, which needs cleansing, which is a lovely piece of blue john, which many people do confuse with amethyst, and I'm going to place it in this amethyst cave. Now, if I use something like amethyst to cleanse it, what I have to be slightly aware of is that the energy of the amethyst, if I leave it in there for too long, can implant on the fluorite. So although I cleanse it, it will kind of overcook it. So if I leave it in that cave for overnight or for a few hours, there'll be plenty. If I leave it in there too long, that's something which I tend to try and be a little aware of.